What happened to the pink hair girl with a pigtail walking in now, Sherry? Yoka asked. It's Angelica. She's been attacked, and I'm sad. Sherry said, sadly, you're moping around 'cause somebody beat up your stupid pet rat? Toby shouted. She's not just a rat, she's a brave hunter prowling in the jungle to protect us. She is in love, Sherry said. I don't know who these people are, but talking about a bunch of weirdos, especially the chick with the pet rat, Lucy whispered. Judging the scent I picked off, they were from the island, Natsu whispered. And they don't look like they have a demon curse, Happy whispered. Intruders, you say? Yoka said. And it's almost time to be collecting the moonlight again. Oh, this is so sad. These news would displease the cold emperor. We would get rid of them before he finds out. Yes, we must find them before the moon first light, Sherry said. Yoka smirked, agreed. He said since they seen Deliora, we can't allow them to live. We'll give them a gift, eternally rest. We'll give them love, Sherry said again. You're talking about death, right? Toby asked, before the three of them heard a rumble sound, catching their attention as they turned around to see. What was that? Sherry asked. Over there, Yoka said, and the three ran off. Nice job, Cap, Lucy said. I, Happy, replied, come on. We should grab them and beat some answers out of them, Natsu said, complaining. Not yet. We've gotta do something investigating, Lucy said. Natsu crossed his arms, his chest, and scoffed. Man, this job keeps getting more and more complicated, Natsu said. Yeah, like, who is the Cold Emperor guy? Happy asked. Deliora, I still don't understand what anyone would want with, and how the hell were they even able to find it? Gray wondered. Was it hidden somewhere? Lucy asked. It was sealed away inside of a clyster in the northern continent, and decades ago. This immortal demon ravaged a country's people, lost their life. The woman who taught me how to use my magic. My magic was my master Yor. Sacrificed everything to seal it away. I don't know if it has anything to do with the curse on the island, but I do know that it doesn't belong here. This cold emperor, we must find out who it is. If they're trashing my master legacy, they are going to pay. This day they were born, Gray said furiously. Deliora, Gray said. You sure this is the demon your master sealed away? Natsu asked. There's no doubt about it, Gray said, and confirmed. I wonder why it was transferred all the way from the northern continent and Gulagoon Island. Happy wondered. You don't think the demon could have something to do with the island's curse, do you? Lucy asked. Creamy and closed in eyes, but that thing is still alive, Gray wondered. Sweet. Give me a go at it. I ain't afraid no damn demon, Natsu said confidently. You know brute force isn't the only way to solve the problems, Natsu. Lucy sighed. A little fire outlined a tick. Natsu said, striking a nerve in Gray as he widened his eyes to punch Natsu out of pure anger and fear. His eyes shone by his his bags. Natsu groaned. Gray just punched Natsu, Happy shouted. Well, this wouldn't be the first time he's done that, Lucy said, not surprised. What the deal? What would you hit me for, Gray? Natsu asked. And but stopped when he realized Gray was being dead serious. I don't want you and your flames anywhere near it. If that ice melts and Daria revives, there's no way we're able to stop it. Hell, I don't even think Whiskers can, Gray said. Oh, come on. Do you really think a huge chunk of ice would be that easy to melt? Natsu pointed out, sighing. Gray sighed. No, Gray said. Hey, are you okay? Lucy asked. Gray worriedly walked up behind him and placed her hand on Gray. I'm the one that got hit for no reason. Watch your temper, man, Natsu shouted with irritation. Please, you're the one to talk, Happy nodded. Many years ago, my master Yor cast a spell called Ice Shell on this demon, closing it from the ice that can't be melted. It's so strong that even the most powerful flame spells have no effect on it. If they knew the ice couldn't be melted, then why didn't they bring it here? Gray wondered. Well, maybe they didn't know. They might have brought it here to try to melt it somehow, Lucy said. Why would they do that? Gray shouted angrily again, slightly fearing Lucy a bit. Have no idea, Lucy said nervously. Gray sighed. I just don't get it. Who would bring Teleora here? And more importantly, why? Gray wondering again. We need answers. Let's go find those guys, Natsu said. Yeah, okay, Lucy agreed. No, we're gonna stay here and wait, Grace demanded. Wait for what? Happy asked. For the moon to come out, Grace answered. The moon? But it's the middle of the afternoon. Forget that. If I had to hang out here all day, I'll die of boredom, Natsu said, not knowing he was being ignored. Wait, why Lucy? Why does the moon matter? Lucy asked nervously. I have the feeling that the curse on the island and Deleora somehow connected, and I heard those guys saying something about collecting moonlight. Gray replied, I heard that too. I guess waiting till nightfall. It's the only way we're going to find out what's going on, Lucy sighed. I'm not waiting. We're gonna work to do, Natsu demanded, but immediately fall asleep on the ground. Well, that was fast, Lucy demanded. I Happy agreed. Must be nice. He doesn't have to worry about anything about eating, fighting, or sleeping, Lucy said, sitting down on a rock with a few eyebrows resting on her thighs and her chin, resting on her hands. Aye, that's not so for ya, Happy said. I got to admit, I'm a little bit jealous, Lucy said, looking over to Gray, who was sitting close to Deleora, all alone. Your Gray thought flashback. A young Gray panted hard. Are you gonna be able to keep up, Gray? I wonder. You training with me, can you? Be tough. Yer said. Yeah, but I'll do whatever it takes, the young boy proclaimed. Flashback ended. Lucy groaned. I know I agree to wait, but this is so boring. I wish Naruto-kun was here. Lucy whimpered. I Happy said. Oh, I know. Open gate of the heart constellation. Lyra. Lucy chanted. A female celestial wizard appeared. She had a little harp behind her. Oh wow, I haven't seen you in forever, Lucy. Lyria said joyfully. Oh yeah, Lyria, Lucy greeted. Say, how come you never called me anymore? It's not fair. I would love to help you out, but you ignored me, Meanie. Loria said. Meanie, huh? You were the one who told me you were available every 3 months. Lucy replied. Are you sure about that? Loria asked. All while Happy depended. Great. Another weirdo. He sighed. So, what would you like hear me sing? Any request? Lyra asked. Nope. Whatever you want, Lucy answered. Do you know anything about fish? Happy asked. Okay, I think I've got a song you're gonna love, Lucy. Lyria said. Lyria had the most beautiful singing voice. Lucy stated. Well, Miria is a singer too, you know, and she sings songs about fish for me, Happy replied with sass. With that, Luria began stammering her harp, humming one of the most beautiful sounds in history. Happy relaxed and enjoyed the pleasant music. Gray reminisced his past with his master, remembering all of the training sections with his failures, and eventually was brought to tears. Lucy, Loria, and Happy gasped. Gray, what's wrong? Lucy asked worriedly. Nothing, I'm fine. Gray said. You seem upset. Happy said. Well, one of Loria's talent is singing song that relates of what our audience feels is feeling. Lucy stated. Did her song make you cry? Happy asked. I wasn't crying, Gray denied, his eyes still showing his bags. Maybe you should sing something a little more upbeat, Lucy suggested. You should have said that in the first place, Lyria said. I think we should skip the song. We need to stay quiet. We don't want to be find out, Gray said. Lucy and Happy slept along with Natsu for a while, until rattling above began, waking Lucy from her slumber. What's the weird noise? Lucy wondering. It's it night yet? Natsu asked, waking up from his slumber, as well as the purple magic circle appeared on the ceiling above Deliora, casting purple light on Deliora. It's a beam light, Lucy said, shining down from the ceiling. Natsu added, but why is it purple? It must be moonlight, Gray assumed. It's going. I'm going, scared, Gray. Happy said, fearful. As the four looked up at the beaming light, it shined on Deliora. Gray noticed. I don't think that's a conscious Natsu. A convincence, Natsu said. Let's go. We have to find out where the light's coming from, Gray said. AI, Happy agreed. So the four ran back to the surface. When they reached the surface, they saw the same thing with the purple magic circle and purple light. Would they some cast some magic circle inside an old temple? Gray wondered. Let's find out, Natsu said. As the four began running again, when they finally reached the rooftop, they found a group of people wearing dark clothes, surrounding with purple lights, chanting out a spell, with four sneaking up and hiding behind the rock, peering over to absorb. What are they doing? Natsu asked. The moon, Gray said. It looked like those rogue freaks are chanting some spell